Hi, this is Amar again from SSLTrust.com Australia, and in this video I am going to be showing you how to install an ACME SSL certificate on your NGINX web server running on the Ubuntu operating system using the certbot client. So let's begin. So this is the default NGINX page, that the HTML page that we are seeing, and we have pointed our domain name to our server, and as you can see, our connection to this site is not secure, and we are going to make sure it is. So the first step in this process is to purchase an ACME SSL certificate. You can skip this step if you have already purchased one. I'm going to go to products, then SSL automation ACME certificates. Scroll down, and you'll see we have currently two options available, one with Sectigo and VeroKey, or DigiCert, which are both reputed certificate authorities. So you can make a choice. Let's go with the VeroKey ACME SSL for this video. Click on Add to Cart. Click on Checkout. This certificate is for 1 year. Choose your preferred method of payment, and then click on Complete Order. Once you do that, and having created your account, you can come back to the SSLTrust dashboard and click on your purchased SSL certificate. We are going to start the configuration. I'm going to click on this because I'm doing it myself, or you can generate a configuration URL with a set expiry time and send it to the concerned person to do the configuration for you. So I'm back on the configuration screen, and I'm going to create a container for our EAB or external account binding credentials. Now I do need to mention that if you're going with a different certificate authority, the configuration screen might be a bit different, but essentially the process is exactly the same. So you can refer to the same for all ACME SSL certificates. So I'm going to add my domain now. Type in your domain name. Click on Add Domain, and then Save Domain Changes. So basically, an external account binding or an EAB are a pair of secure credentials provided by the certificate authority, which in this case is DigiCert and VeroKey. So these credentials prove to the ACME client, we're going to be using certbot, it is authorized to request certificates for this account. So in layman terms, it is a key that links the purchased SSL certificate to the ACME system. Now the key consists of two parts: the key ID or KID, which verifies your account, and the ACME key, which securely verifies your request. So I'm going to click on Create New Binding, and account name you can give it as whatever, your domain, and then the certificate length, we are going to go with 30 days. So this means that our certificate will automatically renew once every 30 days. So click on Create Account. Now just make sure you store the directory URL, the key ID and the ACME key in a safe location, as you will not see this information again. So I'm just gonna create a text file and paste the information here. Now I have pasted all required information. I'm going to click on Close. Yes. So that's it. We are done with step 2, which is configuring our ACME SSL certificate. And now we are going to move on to the next step, which is to install the SSL certificate on our server using certbot. So open your preferred SSH client and log in as root to your system. Let me clear this up. So once you're logged in as root to your system via SSH, so there are a few prerequisites before we start with installation. The first is that you are using Ubuntu version 22 and above, not the older ones. And the second is that you have NGINX installed. You can either check it via the IP address and the correct port, or you can just type in the systemctl command, which you can find in the very description of this video, the complete written guide for the same. Now the first thing I'm going to do is install certbot. Alright, so I'm going to type in sudo apt install certbot python 3 certbot nginx and end it with a yes. And as you can see, we have already installed certbot. Otherwise you would get a successful message if you're trying to install this repository. So let me check the version. It's 2.9.0. You can see it here as well. So we're good to go. Let me clear this up. Now that we have certbot installed, we can move on to execute the commands, and we can input our saved credentials of our directory, the KID and the HMAC key as well. So you'll find a written guide in the very description of this video, in which you can copy the command, paste it as a text file, modify it, and then execute it as a single command instead of typing it multiple times. So now I'm going to paste the command and then make the changes for you to see. Right, so I have copied the command. I'm going to paste it here. Copy the CA server directory, paste it here, followed by the KID just between the code marks, and then the HMAC key. Now just change this with your domain name. And if you're serving your www version as well, they're going to add this here. Otherwise you can remove it entirely if you're serving only the standard version. Now we are going to type our email for renewal notifications. It will automatically renew, but still you will get a notification each time it is done so. So I'm going to copy this command, head over to our SSH client, paste it here, and then press on enter. Yes. Yes. Alright, our certificate has been successfully deployed. You can see that the certbot client has automatically changed the configuration file, so you don't need to do that manually. Alright, so let's have a look at our main website. Let's close this up. Type in https://yourdomainname.com, and as you can see, our connection to this site is now secure, and we have successfully installed our ACME SSL certificate. So this is issued today, and it will expire on January 1st, which is like 30 plus 2 days. So this is, I think, some extra time for the certificate to renew automatically, but this is all automated and you don't need to worry at all. So now that we have done the installation, we can actually check the strength and deployment of our SSL certificate. with an SSL checker tool. So I am here on the SSLTrust website. I'm going to scroll down to SSL install check under online tools. So just type in your domain name and you can perform a detailed check. It takes a bit longer, but I'm going to do a normal check for now. So the check is in progress, and just wait for a few seconds to get the result. Alright, so we are done with the check. You can click on view report. So you can check all parameters of the SSL. Everything looks good except the expiration status, less than 60 days obviously, as it is automatically renewing. So we've got a few yellow things for that. Otherwise, those are the only two warnings about the date, but that's not a concern. And you can see the SSL protocols, we are serving the latest ones, so that's not a problem. So basically this is just like a check to make sure that SSL is correctly implemented on your website and everything is fine. So one final thing that we need to do, it is a good practice to check whether automatic renewal on your certificate is working or not. We are going to do that through a process called dry run. So we are going to simulate a dry run. So it is a 2-line command. So I'm going to type in my notepad here. We're going to type sudo certbot followed by renew, and then we're going to do a dry run, then end with the backslash. Next line, server quotation marks, and then copy your directory and then paste it here. Again, copy both these lines and then paste it in your SSH client and then click on enter. So this is simulating the renewal. And you can see our renewal was successful. This has overwritten the main SSL certificate file, the change certificate file, and you can rest assured that this will happen automatically every 30 days. Alright, so this was how to install an ACME SSL certificate on your NGINX web server running on the Ubuntu operating system. I hope you were easily able to do so by referring to our video guide. However, if you have any doubts or you need any clarifications, you can check the written guide, which is linked in this very description, or you can contact our sales and support team to guide you at any stage of the process. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. And as always, thanks for watching.